Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is setting goals. It is very important when you do anything in life to have a goal. Now, you have to set goals. I always recommend three small goals, and then you should be able to accomplish them, and this gives you confidence. But this is also not different in the spiritual realm. You have to have a goal when you're working. And oftentimes, the reason that people don't have goals is they often set themselves up for failure. Now, how do they do this? They do this be reading books, and that's all they do. They collect books, they read books, but they don't do anything. They don't practice anything. And then you juxtapose that with getting all this content. So if you have this overload of information, it's like a dam about to burst. You go to this person and take something, you take something from this person, this Bruja, this Bokor, and you don't end up doing anything with it because you're all over the place. So only work with, I always say, two, no more than three teachers. That's it. And their similarities should outweigh their differences. That's very important. The other thing that you can do is that the reason that your spells are hit and miss is because your work ethic is the same when it comes to magic. You can't just do magic, when you want something. You can't just do it. How you raise your energetic body is the more that you practice magic, the stronger your energy will get because spirits will start adding energy to your spells. They will do that, not a problem. And then that'll make your spells become more of a hit and not such a miss. The other thing is I want to recommend some things as it pertains to spirits that you can work with that will help you. And it's very important that you work spiritually at least 3 to 4 days out of a week for a minimum of 3 hours. You should be able to do that. If you could work a job for 8 hours or 10 hours, you should be able to cut that in half and focus on your spiritual practice. Now, the first one I would like a person to work with is the angel Aladale, if you choose to. Now, Aladale powers are the following: to keep a secret from others, helps to heal disease, remove negative thoughts and habits. And that's very important because a lot of people, when they drink too much alcohol or do things, that's negative to the body, guess what? You're sleepy, you're tired, you're groggy. Now, the other angel is Lavelle. And the powers of Lavelle are this: let your abilities and talents become well known, influence those in power to show restraint. Now, that's very important when you're reading and you're getting these books. And that's from this book right here by Ben Woodcroft. And you can get that off of Amazon. So that's one. Now, let's say you want to work with some demons. Who you can work with that's good is Zagon, because Zagon will also work on your deficiencies as well as your bad habits and your addictions. So you can work with Zagon. The other one is Runway. Now, Runway can help influence people and see how valuable your thinking and your mental approach is. So Runway can give you an edge with that. And Runway is from the Goetia. So those are two right there, two angels, two demons that you can work with. The other mistake that people make, and I see this all the time: stop going around family members if it's a circus, unless you're auditioning to be a clown. Don't do that. And here's a rule. This is really my number one rule. Don't talk to family longer than you have to. You want to know why? And I recommend maybe 10 or 15 minutes of general conversation. That is it. Because the more that you talk to them, they're going to highlight your deficiencies, or they'll say something really smart like this: why haven't I heard from your children? Oh, but they act like their mother, their father, so they got it honest. So don't walk into that landmine. Don't do that. It's very important that when you're doing this practice, you have to stay far away from family, because what they're going to end up doing is intellectually picking you apart, and then you're going to become demoralized. That is the reason that you do it. And if you are going to read books, self-improvement books are very good to read because it will help bloom your confidence and your forthright. I always recommend this book for students as well. The Power of Now. Get that book. Like I said, both books can be found on Amazon. And here's how it works. You know, in 21 to 22 states, cruel and unusual punishment via the prison system, the industrial complex, that is illegal, but yet they're still doing it. In other words, 65% of prisoners are working with little or not any compensation. And who's benefiting? Of course, like Microsoft, you have AT&T, Bank of America, T-Mobile, etc. So one of the things that you're going to struggle with is that the time, but you have to push through that because no country is going to have you have time to really sit, reassess your life, and definitely not get into an occult practice because their job is really to stop you and to neutralizing you from doing such. That's their job. So a lot of people don't do magic because they come home and they're just too tired, but you have to push through it. You have to find a way. And then write down exactly your goals of what you're trying to do. You can put a sticky note on your refrigerator and carry one on you. Push yourself. Do it. You have the power to do anything you want because you wrote the script. You are the director. You are the executive producer, and you star in your own movie in this simulation, in this day and in this time. And then you are in charge of casting. In other words, you can bring on who you want and you can cut whoever you want. And I highly recommend that you do the cutting first. So those are some things that you can do, but goal setting is very important and you should do that and be expedient about it. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.